The scope has begun. Let's have some fun. Hello, Sky. Love on Fire has joined. Lisa Stout, Stephen Mann, right on time. The Will to Wow. Sorry, I missed one. Came by too fast. But welcome, one and all. Wow, have we got a great scope for you today. You know, I'm doing very well. Thank you, Love on Fire. You know, but when I'm realizing I'm going to need my little glasses again. Oh, no, where? Okay, I got them. MSV, a girl. What does that mean? Let's find out, shall we? I think we should. Let's do this together. Lakeisha. Hi, Lakeisha. God gave me the preview. Now I'm going after my movie. I like it. Get Healthy with Dawn has joined. So let's all just take a moment and get healthy with Dawn. Okay, I'm healthy. I feel healthy now. Signed CWC. This is also new. Hold on just a sec. I think this is new. Hi, Chelsea Cheng. You are an assistant editor for Nouveau TV, Infuse Media, aspiring film editor, Sass Attack, Shameless Geek, Elizabeth Bennet enthusiast, lover of light, and she's got a little URL there. Nice profile. Way to fill one out. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Bob Doyle, to be specific. A few years back, I was part of a little project called The Secret, which is a film and book about the law of attraction, which is basically a universal principle that explains how things come in and out of our lives. Yes, indeed. Hi, Bob. Mark Shaw. Oh, Mark Shaw's in the house. Okay, I'm not intimidated at all. So look, guys, girls, and everything in between. Today's a big topic. Today I talk about something that is probably right under asking about money is one of my biggest biggest questions, and it's about attracting specific people. So, if you have with using the law of attraction, so if you have a following that is into the law of attraction, into relationships, that kind of thing, now would be an awesome time to share with your followers or post on Twitter or whatever before I get into the meat. And if you're a vegetarian, I'm going to get into the broccoli anytime soon. Joy, word of the day. I'm drinking coffee and I'm enjoying it. So this is part of a series that I'm doing called LOA Scope. Natalie, okay, you know what? I'm going to have to wear these. I hope this is not too disturbing when I wear these things. Hey, Ron, did you get my Facebook message? I hope so. Alicia Cook is LOLing right now. So if anyone is around Alicia, they're listening to her laughing out loud. If she's not, well, then she's misrepresenting herself. Okay, good. All right, so we'll chitty chat later. Chop, and broccoli, chopping broccoli. All right, excuse me. So let me just throw out there. Okay, I choked on coffee. It's not very good. Bob is very calm about this subject. It makes it easier to digest for just joining. Hi, brother, Dave Doyle from Canada. I told you that my uncle's name is David, right? I admittedly have a radio voice, and I use it for good and not evil. Most of the time. Almost always for good. And just evil like that much. I mean, so let's just take a poll real quick, and you can use hearts as a voting system, or thumbs up, or whatever people say to do. This topic of, can I attract a specific person most of the time, with the law of attraction, is this a topic of interest to you? Hearts, yes, whatever. Smiling for real. That I like a lot. See, SFR. That's so much better than LOL. Because people do smile for real when they hear certain things, but do they really go, God, that was so, I am laughing out loud. It's rare, I think, that people actually do that. Like I said the other day, if in fact everybody LOL'd as much as they say, the world would be a much happier place, wouldn't it? All right. You're interested in my point of view. Well, good, because that's exactly what I'm going to give you. Smiling for real. I'm going to really try and use that, and then people will say, what's SFR? And I'll say smiling for real. And we're going to go on an SFR campaign around the nation and the world, and any planets watching in. Anyway, as I was saying, this is part of the series of LOA Scopes, Law of Attraction Scopes, that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The other day I did one on negativity from my car because the internet service was out here, and then something happened and it glitched, and I was right in the middle of an amazing sentence, and it went bye-bye. Luckily, the replay did get caught on catch.me. I have not yet uploaded it to my bobdoyleshow.com site, which is where I archive all my whatevers, periscopes, and all the other stuff I do. So perhaps I should just get into it, shall I? All right, so as I said, this scope is about, can I attract a specific person with the law of attraction? It is one of my, if it's not the highest viewed YouTube video that I have out there, it is among the top 3. I think it's probably the most viewed. So let's talk about this. So I get questions all the time, first of all, just blatantly, can I attract a specific person? But then it also comes in the form of like, hey, I want to get my girlfriend back, or I want to get my boyfriend back. I want them to fall in love with me. I want them to, I want them to come back into the relationship. Can I use the law of attraction to do that? So here's the dealio. And this is a multi-layer conversation. So I hope you're in it for the long haul, whatever that means. So first of all, remember that we all have a right to our own experience of reality. So we are not, in terms of utilizing the law of attraction, what is the topic here? Well, I'm going to tell you, it is about, can you attract a specific person with the law of attraction? And that's what I'm going to talk about. So here's the thing. Again, so free will, let's just put that on the table. This work is not about making somebody want something they don't want. You wouldn't want that, would you? Right? You wouldn't want somebody using some sort of power to come in here and modify your will about your life, would you? Of course you wouldn't. You're probably irritated when somebody gives you unsolicited advice, let alone say, I want you to fall in love with me, and I'm going to use this power to do it. So because we all have free will, and we all have our own paths and passions and purposes, so right off the bat, it's just not appropriate to use the law of attraction, which is a weird statement in and of itself, to make someone fall in love with you or change their mind about you or come back into a relationship that for some reason or another wasn't working, right? Because that's why it ended. God, there's so many threads on this one. So that's the first thing. So basically, it's more the question should be, should you? Should you be wasting your time and energy trying to get somebody who may or may not be interested in you to be interested in you because you think that they are the one? So here's the thing. If they were the one, why aren't they would probably be in your life, that you would probably not have to be trying because you would be in resonance, okay, with them. So here's the thing. We meet people all the time. So let's say you're walking along and let's say you're a girl, shall we? Let's just say you're a girl. And you meet this guy. Maybe it's at work, maybe it's a party, maybe it's at a bar, whatever it is, however you meet people. And you go, wow, that person seems perfect. And you have a conversation. It's one of those conversations where you just go, oh, totally the one. Such a soulmate. I don't know how this happened. This is such a blessing for the universe. Right? They're perfect. You get that connection. You go, oh, we just connected. So then you get attached in that moment. You go, this is the person. This is the one. Now here's the truth. You don't know that. You don't know that. Okay? What you know is that you had an experience, you had an exchange, you had a connection, some energy was there, you were turned on, you were lit up, whatever. There was something there. But then you leapt right away to they are the one. Or maybe not right away. Maybe it's over the course of time. Okay? But the thing is, you created an attachment to this person, assuming, firm believer in the law of attraction, thanks for being present on Periscope, it is my pleasure. This is so my platform. I love it. So you decide that they're the one, and then you suddenly just get myopic. You're like, I must make this person like me, love me. So there's this attachment. And when you create that level of attachment, you're actually creating resistance. Like, if I don't have this person, I can't be happy. This is the one or no one. Can anyone relate to that? Like meeting somebody and you just go, well, all other options are off the table. This is the one. Anybody? Yes? Mm-hmm. When you click into that attachment / obsession or whatever, now you create this resistance around, that if you can't have this person, then you're not going to be happy. That's not an energy you want. Okay? And also, what if they're in another relationship? How many times have you met somebody who's the perfect person for you and they're married or they're in a relationship? But no, they're perfect for me, right? I don't remember who said it, and I'm sure there's lots of people have. If they're married, they're not your soulmate. What? But no, what if they just made a mistake? Whatever. Okay, look, the thing is this. Right now, they are in this relationship. Okay? Now, so is that what do you want, truly, when you meet somebody who's in an existing relationship? Like I said, there's many threads here. So this is just one possible scenario. Fostering thought, emotional awareness is so crucial in the process. Being real with the self. The self. You shouldn't try to manipulate people with your will. These are all true statements. We should focus on ourselves and our management. Like, here's the thing. If you meet that person, what you've really got is a potential model of, wow, they've awoken these things, these feelings in me. And I like these feelings. And what I want is a relationship where I have these feelings. Okay? Are you with me? So you meet this person, you have some conversation with them, and you get all these feelings like, oh, this feels really good. This is what I want. If I could just have a lifetime of these feelings, this would be awesome. So, but then because you got those things were generated in that person, you go, so this must be the person. Now, my point here is not that you will not have that person attract into your life. My point is not to get attached that it has to be this person. Because here's another question for you. How many of you have met the one on more than one occasion? Meaning that you met the person, you thought, this is it, this is totally it, and then you get into the relationship and you go, this is so not it. Right? Anyone? No one? No one's done that? Okay. There's a lot of LOLing going on. I can hear it from here, Lisa Joy. My point is, you don't really know, based on some conversation, until you really commit into the relationship, to emotionally abuse their partner. Wow, okay, that's a whole another topic. So 3 times I met the one. Exactly. So if you meet the one that time and then you get all attached and then you get into the relationship and then you find out the other part of the one and you go, oh, wait a minute, they don't do laundry at all. They never wash dishes. What's the deal? The point is that we fixate on a person and we make up all this. We fill in all these blanks. Like, well, if they're this great in this conversation, then they must be awesome in all these other areas too. And we don't know that. We don't know that. Here's the bottom line point. Can you attract a specific person? Not if they don't want to be attracted. If they don't want to be attracted, it is not going to be possible energetically for you to attract them because they will not be in resonance with you. Okay, if they're not interested, if they are in another relationship or whatever, they've got a very specific vibration going, and that you're not going to get into alignment. And the more that you try that, you know what they say about people who assume that's right, you make and and if you get fixated on somebody who is not in alignment with having a relationship with you, you're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to get very frustrated. You're going to wonder what's going on with the law of attraction or whatever. You're going to wonder what's wrong with you and all of those things. So, but the point is, this is just like every other aspect. See, here's the thing: money, relationships, career, it's all energy. You all attract you attract it all in the same way. So here's the thing: let's say you meet somebody, and they're that person that we talked about. Here's the best way to handle that. Rather than saying, I have to attract that person, what you can tell yourself is like, wow, those feelings generated inside of me and generate the feelings are awesome, and that's exactly what I want in a partner. So you use the relationship with that person, however short it is, whether you just met them and had that instant spark or whether it cultivates over time. And you, like everything else, you get a very clear vision of who is this ideal person. Not this ideal person, but who is the ideal person for you. And you can use what has come up for you in the relationship with that particular person as a model, as a way to tune in to the emotions that you want to have in that ultimate relationship. And you should build out the rest of it too. Not just, oh, he ignites this in me, this in me, this in me, but what else do you want in the relationship? When we talk about the law of attraction and creating a vision, I like to talk about the big picture. Yeah, you want to amp up the feeling, just like with everything else. You want to have the emotion of, I want this now, or what you don't want. Well, you do have to be clear on what you don't want. Exactly. Isn't it funny how when you meet that perfect person in those situations that I talked about, there's always some little thing that doesn't quite jive, but you just gloss over it because all the other stuff is great, right? You just go, well, he does eat like this, but everything else is great. So is that what you want? Do you want everything else and this for the rest of your life? I'm guessing no. So be specific. Say, well, they got all of these things. They don't have that, so I'm clear I don't want that. So as I create this ideal person on this piece of paper or in my mind or on this vision board or whatever, I'm really clear I don't want the guy. But all this other stuff he's got is great. Or girl. Girls eat like that too sometimes. I've seen them. It's pretty gross. I couldn't deal with it. Anyway, so let's get back to the subject at hand. Anybody share this? Anybody share this? Oh well. You don't have to. It's not mandatory. It's just a suggestion. It's like, how can you serve the population? Well, I could share Bob Doyle's LOA cast, because he's changing lives, I think. I think that's what he's trying to do. Something like that. Are people predisposed through cultural programming to focus on drama and what they don't want? Oh, hell yes. We are so programmed to focus on what we don't want and complain about it and create that energy. That's why this is why the world is the way that it is. Because we haven't been taught possibility. We haven't been taught to focus on what we truly want because we figure, well, that's unrealistic or that's not going to happen or it's going to be too hard. It's so easy to look at what we don't want and bitch and moan about it. It's so easy because it's right there. And the more we do that, the more we attract that. It's just a habitual way of being. And yes, we've learned it from television. We've learned it from our parents. We've learned it from society. And we can unlearn it, but it's a habitual thing. I blame TV too. Let's blame TV. But seriously, TV, we do. From kids, from the time that we're kids, we're indoctrinated into certain ways of thinking and believing, many of which are very limited, many of which teach us how to think negatively, how to be skeptical, and all of those things. And also what relationships should be, bringing it right back around to the subject. I know I did. I learned about what relationships should be from watching movies. Oh, that's romantic, so that's what I want, right? That's the kind of relationship I want because I saw it in this movie, and you expect it to be that way, and so you create all these, basically unrealistic parameters around what a relationship should be. Now, let me say as a caveat that, I like to stay away from the word unrealistic because I do believe that anything is possible. I do believe in infinite possibility, but when it comes to relationships, we don't want to just learn what relationships should be from watching television and movies. We want to check in with ourselves and say, what does my heart need? What does my soul need? What do I really want? How do I want to be treated? How do I want to feel when I'm with this person? Do I want a person who needs me all the time? Do I want a person who allows me some space to grow as an individual? Do I want a person who we work together on things? Do I want my own life and their life? Are they good with that? Really, all of those parameters. I can tell you that you do not want to compromise on your primary relationship. Hey, Jared Kashkin has joined. You don't want to compromise on this. You don't want to compromise on any part of your vision. And that's why I'm saying when you find somebody who, and let me just also say, so no one's 100% perfect, meaning no flaws, no nothing. I see, heart resetting for you. Thank you so much. If we're expecting a relationship where there is absolutely no potential for growth or expansion or challenge or whatever, I don't think that's what it's about. So, attracting the ideal person isn't about someone who there's absolutely, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. So, but you want to find somebody who you can grow with. Let's take my relationship, for example, with Lynn, at Lynn Rose. When I met Lynn and we came together as a couple, it was just this perfect, oh my God, how can somebody be as whacked as I am and still conscious and wanting to do good in the world and all of this stuff and so beautiful and talented, But yet she's so different than me in so many ways. She's got way more higher energy. She's, way more constantly smiley. She's out there with singing. She has, just she's like energetically we more balanced. We're not the same, and we approach things differently in lots of areas, creatively, otherwise. So there's always this opportunity for, I don't know if conflict's the right word, but where you just go, that's a little different than I would do it. But because of the underlying commitment and what my vision for a partner, she so completely fits that I go, well, this is showing up for a great reason. This is showing up so that we can both grow, we can both learn, we can expand, what's possible in this relationship and also relationships with others. So why did I go down that road? Oh, just to illustrate that, this ideal person, it isn't about it just being perfect every day and all of that. So, I mean, yes, it can be wonderful most of the time, but all right, so let me get back to, let me bring it back around to attracting a specific person. So let's just recap what we've said. We all have free will. If the person you are attracted to is not attracted to you or is in another relationship and really just basically has no interest, why in the world would you want to use some sort of power, like the law of attraction, for example, to change that person, to suit you? Because if they don't want it, they don't want it. If they're not ready, they're not ready. If they're not in resonance with you, they're not in resonance with you. And you may temporarily bring them into your life, but what is the cost of that? Especially if they're like in another relationship. Let's say you use your ways to make that connection, and then what's going to happen? Like, think it through. If you're trying to attract somebody who's in another relationship or is resistant to the relationship, how long is that going to last? How happy will you both be? Right? What you want is to just get very clear on who is that ideal partner. What do they look like? What do they like to do? What is your time spent together? The ideal person can make his or her decision. She chooses to be in your life or not. That's correct. But many people obsess, especially like with the breakup situation. If you've been in a relationship for a while and the other person decides to move on and now you want them back, look, it ended for a reason. Okay? It ended for a reason. So instead of fixating on getting that person back, realize that there are billions of other people on the planet. That person was close but not quite. But do you know that the one is out there? And there's probably several the ones, by the way, with all these billions of people to choose from. I'm not on board with there's only one on the planet for you. There's probably countless people who are a match. So you use the relationships that you have that end and you go, okay, well, what did I learn from that? Impossible to get them back if they choose to stay out of your life, of course. And it's just so frustrating. I know people who just obsess with their exes and they just want them back. And sometimes they'll pull them back, but it's temporary. And then it's even more painful when it doesn't work again. So this whole thing of attracting a specific person is generally speaking a no-win situation. Now, if they're available and out there and you feel like it's a good match, you can still use them as sort of the model when you visualize, but you do that to generate the feelings, to generate that vibration that will then be sent out to the universe. Like, this is how I want to feel, but it doesn't have to be that person, that or something better. Now, I know that if you've been looking for a long time, and then you meet this person, and it seems to be such a fit, and I'm talking about like you've been looking for a long time, and then this person comes up. Yeah, it's going to be easier to get fixated on that person because it's like, wow, no one's come along like this in a really long time. But you have to resist the urge to say, well, I'm just going to obsess on this one person until they see that they belong with me. Because I promise you, in that action, you will be setting up so much resistance that you're just going to push them away. Or if they come in temporarily because you've charmed them or whatever it is that you've done, it's going to be short-lived and a little bit painful. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, the thing is, it's just like cars, dollar amounts, houses, anything you're trying to attract. If you get attached to it has to be that one, then you rule out all other possibilities. You won't even see them. Like you could be obsessing about this one particular person who's at the office and wow, we flirt and it's fun and there's a lot of stuff there. Oh, well, they're married, but still, I think eventually they'll see this. Or even if they're not married, it just, You get that, and then you get fixated on this, and then you miss the opportunity. If in fact you're doing this work and you're getting clear on what do I want to feel and all this, these people could be showing up all over the place. The perfect one could be showing up, and you won't even notice because you're so stuck on this person who doesn't seem to be interested. You know, if it's not flowing easily, if it's clear that this person isn't in resonance with you right now, why in the world would you continue to obsess and put all your attention on that? Sorry, I got a text message. Only knew your teachings previously. Hi, Beyond Creative. That shirt you did for Lynn is so awesome. I saw that and I was just like, okay, that was awesome. Lynn has a saying that she has for these trolls who come through, and you know, when you're a girl, when you're a beautiful girl, you just invite the trolls somehow. I don't know why it is, but they come on, and she has a thing that says, bless, oh crap, what is it? What is it? Something, something, bye-bye. Bless, block, bye-bye. So they come in and they say something crappy, and she blesses them, blocks them, and says bye-bye. And Beyond Creative made her a shirt that says that, and it's just awesome. So thank you for that. That was really cool. Yeah, so are there any questions like that you can put in a comment about this particular subject? Am I clear? Did I communicate? Because I could talk on this for a while using various examples or whatever, but I think at this point I've pretty much said the gist. You just want to be clear on the idea. I didn't even realize you and Lynn were a couple. I just love her too. Love on fire. Okay, good. I hope that was clear. There is a YouTube video that I talk about this. So let me, if you don't mind, and I don't want, this is not about a sales thing, because you know who Melanie Bundock is, right? We all know Melanie. We love Melanie. We should all be following Melanie. That's what I came up with before I went to this Perry. Jenny! Is that you, Jenny? Hold on, no picture. I know a Jenny. No, but is that you? I don't think so, because the Jenny I know spells it Jennie-Y, I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, yeah, I just want to make sure I communicated that thing. So it's just getting clear on what you truly want in an ideal partner. And if you have somebody in your life who you can use to kind of generate those feelings, that's fine. You just want to be very careful not to attach that it must be that person. And hey, look, it might be that person. So I don't want to send the message, okay, we don't know each other. Well, I know someone with your name. It may be that person. You know, that person that you want may very well be the person who ends up being your life partner. So I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying to be attached to that, and it must be that, will only slow things down. So what I wanted to do, because Melanie did this the other day, and I thought it was a great idea, because a lot of people don't know necessarily me, who I am, my background, all of that. They may not have seen, yes, about Melanie. What Melanie did the other day was, because people were asking, well, like, who are you? And so she just kind of showed them her website a little bit to kind of walk them around and all of that. So if it's okay with you, this isn't about selling you anything. It's just about here's a place you can go to learn a little bit more about me and access more. Just about everything I've got on this site is all free stuff. So if that's okay, I'm just going to spin the camera around and just walk you briefly through it. So if somebody can type this in the comments, that'd be great. But the URL is boundlessliving.com. Boundlessliving.com. So let me just flip the screen. Obviously, I can't fit the whole thing in there because, you know, it's like portrait and all that. Briefly walk you through. So this is what it looks like. So here's what you'll find here. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me, you can click the Meet Bob Doyle link, and this will tell you a little bit of my story. Also, the books I've written or been a part of, Wealth Beyond Reason, and then more recently, Follow Your Passion, Find Your Power. That's the one I'd probably recommend. And then, of course, The Secret, which I did not write, but was a contributor to. And then there's this whole thing here, Hear Bob's Story, and this little video that really talks you through sort of my whole progression from you know, and of course follow me on Periscope, from, you know, being in debt and not having any direction to where I am now. Let me go back to the home real quick. This link here is for coaching. We have a new coaching organization, which I'm very, very proud of. I spent the last 8 months certifying a bunch of coaches. And so if you go to this page, which is actually, you can go straight here, it's boundlesslivingcoaching.com, but you can also link to it obviously from that other page. And here's a hilarious picture of me holding bullet points. And then there's like an application down here that you can fill out for a free, basically it's, it's a coaching session to see, if you're a candidate for coaching. And here is a link to hiring me to speak, which is, it goes to a page which needs a lot of work, but it talks about some various topics that I like to talk about when I do things. And then there is our programs. And really, when you go to this is where you would think, oh, here comes the sales. Actually, I hardly have anything here that isn't free. Right now, this is links to a free meditation, which I would love for you all to get. There's also a link to this on the front page. This is a meditation specifically designed to help you visualize what you want, and also while at the same time releasing any of the limiting and negative beliefs that are coming up as you try to visualize. Because a lot of times when we do anything that's related to an affirmation or creating a vision that's outside of our current comfort zone, all of our stuff comes up. Oh, how will I do that? That's going to be too hard, whatever. And this meditation actually has built into it some release technique. And that's free, and you can get that just by clicking there or on the big blue button on the front page. And then there's our YouTube channel. I've got hundreds of law of attraction related videos here. That just takes you to the Wealth Beyond Reason YouTube channel. Of course, Periscope, we all know how that works. And then Facebook page. This particular Facebook page goes to the Boundless Living Coaching page, because that is a place where you can go and ask law of attraction related questions to all of our coaches free of charge. The only thing I've even got here that you can purchase until I finish this site, and I don't know why that is all black back there, is access to all of our programs. So I have, hold on, and I realized that all of them work together really well, all the different programs that I've got, and so I make them available as a package. So you can get basically everything I've done, all the meditations, all my various law of attraction programs, for like a monthly or yearly subscription for access. So you can check all that stuff out. And so that's just, again, boundlessliving.com. You can learn a little bit more about me. And if you follow down any of those links, like to the YouTube channel, to the Facebook groups and stuff like that, look, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. You can learn. There's so much Bob Doyle to be had out there. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so I guess that's it for this one, for the attract a specific person. In that YouTube on that YouTube channel, there's another video about that explains this probably a lot more concisely than I did here today. And we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third LOA scope. These are my list of topics that have been given to me by folks just like you. And again, I've got probably 3 months worth of these things just on this piece of paper. And if you have any requests, you can let me know what topics you'd like me to cover. You can follow me on Twitter as well at Bob Doyle Secret, and then you could direct message me or something, with your topic ideas. Love to connect with you and follow you on Twitter. So if you can follow me on Twitter, that'd be great. Follow me here. If you're not following me here, you know how to follow, right? You just click the little numbers where thank you for the hearts, by the way. I haven't thanked you for the hearts enough. And again, you all know my sign CWC. Wait, I already looked at your thing, didn't I? Hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, Chelsea, of course we did. You were one of the first persons I read about today. Hearts I like if you like the content, and if you like the content and you want more, then the hearts tell me keep doing these. So that's what I'll do. Unlike when I do the voiceover scopes, where there's like 4 people in the room and an occasional heart. ESL teaching in Paris. It doesn't seem to have the draw. So I haven't done a voiceover scope in a while, because it takes a lot longer when I do them, because I'm talking to you, but it doesn't seem to generate the interest. I have been talking about doing a whole series on Fiverr and how you can take your passions and create significant revenue streams on Fiverr, and I keep threatening to do that. It's just about finding the time. And sometimes I scope with my ukulele, and I often scope with Lynn at Lynn Rose. We do our Fun with Bob and Lynn shtick. That's probably the best way to describe it. And again, you can see all the past scopes I've done. Maybe not every single one from the early days, but certainly in the past month or so or two. at bobdoyleshow.com. That's kind of like where I put where everything just goes automatically. When I upload something to YouTube, if I do a Periscope, if I take a picture and put it on Instagram, whatever it is, it all just automatically goes over to the bobdoyleshow.com page, which also needs a lot of work, but it is right now a repository. So again, if you follow me on Twitter, that's a great way to direct message me. You can find me on Facebook, super easy. You just search Bob Doyle, and you can send me a direct message there. And I'm happy to take your topics. Like I say, I've got a ton of them right here, and they all sort of cross over. Because, well, you know what? When it comes down to it, all the topics have basically the same answer. You know, and it's all based on that foundational understanding of what the law of attraction is. And that, by the way, is what I teach in these programs. So the programs that I talked about, like Wealth Beyond Reason, is my flagship product. It's what I created in 2002, and it's what got me chosen to be in The Secret in the first place. So if you're ever really looking for that great, science-based foundational education in the law of attraction, you might just check out Wealth Beyond Reason. And if you follow that link I showed you before, you could have access to Wealth Beyond Reason, our reinvention program, all of our meditations, everything. For one low price. All right, that's it for the sales. That's it for this particular cast. I will be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time talking about one of these other amazing law of attraction related topics. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing if you did. And if you didn't, well, okay. It's your right. You don't have to. But if in fact you get value out of these things, it'd be awesome to share. Because Lynn is just obnoxious with the amounts of hearts and followers she has compared to me. And she wasn't in a movie. Actually, she's been in lots of different things. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I love each and every one of you. And I'm sure that between now and... let me just a shout out. On Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time, I will be a guest on At Grace TV's Blab. Y'all know what Blab IM is? I don't have time to talk about it right now, but probably you do. At Grace TV, if you can go follow her on Periscope, and then you'll find out about it. She does a book club thing, dealio. And this Sunday it's going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to be the book club, we're going to talk a little bit about The Secret, and then we're going to get into my Follow Your Passion, Find Your Power book. So it's a book club thing, which means it's time for me to go back and read that book again, so I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Wrote that in 2010. Probably time to review the contents of it. Oh yeah, I said that. That was awesome. That kind of thing. Okay, so more on that, I'm sure, between now and then. I'm sure I'll scope with Lynn, and, maybe I keep threatening to do a uke thing, but I always chicken out. I don't know why. I just do. Okay, you guys have been great. Have a wonderful day. We will talk at the very latest Monday, 10 a.m. for the next LOA Scope.